Welcome back to Project 613. Today we will learn 5 mitzvot. Today we will also conclude all of the mitzvot that have to do with the agricultural laws, and we will begin a new topic, which is the mitzvot that have to do with the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. So the first 2 mitzvot of today's have to do with the tribe of Levi, which is the Kohanim and the Leviim, the priests and the Levites who come from the tribe of Levi. The Torah says, Lo yeh lakohanim alavim kol shevet Levi chelek v'nachala im echav. The tribe of Levi does not receive a portion or an inheritance together with the rest of their brethren. And we have 2 mitzvot right there. One about them not receiving a portion and one about them not receiving an inheritance. And what this means is, whereas all the Jewish people, when they entered the land of Israel, the land was divided and each tribe was given a specific designated area, the tribe of Levi, the Kohanim and the Leviim, were not given a portion in the land. And this is what it means, that they should not have a nachala. Nachala means an inheritance. They did not receive an inheritance in the land. And the second mitzvah is that they also would not receive a chelek, a portion. And what this is referring to is that when the Jewish people would go to war, the halacha is that all the spoils from the war were divided equally between all the tribes, but the tribe of Levi did not receive part of this portion. This is what it means, that they should not have a chelek. So you may ask, well, where did they live then? Well, this brings us to the next mitzvah. The Torah tells us that we have to designate cities for the Levites. Dotted around the land of Israel, it wasn't in one designated area like the rest of the tribes, but there were 6 designated cities. This happened to be the 6 cities which were also designated to be cities of refuge for an unintentional murderer. So these cities were the places where the Levites would live, and in addition to these 6, there were an additional 42 cities. So a total of 48 cities all around the country where the Leviim could live. And this is a mitzvah, and this is the 3rd mitzvah that we learned today, to designate these cities for the Levites. Why is it that the Leviim didn't receive the regular portion, and instead they just had to live in these cities all over the place? The Torah tells us because they were designated, they were separated to serve in the temple and to be the spiritual leadership of the Jewish people, and therefore Hashem himself is considered to be their portion, is considered to be their inheritance, and therefore they are treated differently. They do not inherit land together with everyone else. But they do have these cities all around the country. The 4th mitzvah has to do again with these cities that the Leviim have, and that is that in addition to the actual cities where the Levites and the Kohanim would live, besides for the city themselves, around the city, a 1,000 amma, which is approximately 1,500 feet in each direction, needs to be left as open space, also for the Leviim. And around that, outside of that, there has to be an additional 2,000 amot, which is approximately 3,000 feet of fields where they can grow crops or grapes, so the Levites would be able to plant and use those fields for themselves. And the Torah tells us that there is a prohibition. It is forbidden for the Levites to switch around. They cannot switch these areas. So the area that has to be the city cannot be made into open space. The open space cannot be made into a city. The field should not be made into an open area, and the open area should not be made into a field. Rather, all of these 3 designated areas that are given to the Levites in each city should remain in their designated space. And with this, we conclude all of the agricultural mitzvot of the Torah. And we begin the mitzvot associated with the Holy Temple. With the first one is the actual mitzvah to build a Holy Temple, as the verse says, Va'asu li mikdash shechanti b'tocham. Make for me a sanctuary, and I will dwell amongst them. This mitzvah includes all of the various vessels that were built in the temple, which are not counted as separate mitzvot, but they are all included in the general mitzvah of building a temple. The reason why we build a temple, Maimonides says, this is a place where the ner tamid was. There was the eternal flame. This is a place where we would come for prayer. It's a place where the Jewish people would come 3 times a year on pilgrimage, and most importantly, it was a place that was designated to bring the sacrificial offerings. In the coming days, we will learn many more mitzvot associated with the Holy Temple. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.